So I'm James Lewis, Managing Director at Ninkasi Rentals and Finance. Ninkasi Rentals and Finance is a finance and rental specialist company across the UK and Europe, specialising in the food and drink sector. We understand our customers. We come from the food and drink sector. We've got specialists inside the business. We're not a corporate business. We are the company who, when you come and talk to us, you speak to a real person. It's not a computer says no answer. It's specialists inside the industry who actually want to help customers and actually want to help find solutions to problems to allow customers' businesses to grow sustainably and organically.
My name's Paul Evans and I've been with Ninkasi since 2018. My role here is one of the sales managers. So Ninkasi was founded by Peter Godwin and Andy Thompson in 2015, and I'd worked with both those guys previously. The role Ninkasi has across the drinks industry is to offer support with finance, additional capacity, and to look for the future to see where we can help customers and develop their renewable resources, but also be on hand to be consultants for that.
Ninkasi stands out from other providers for one simple reason. It's the people. We are a small team of industry experts who understand the problems that our customers are facing.
Hi there, my name's George and I'm the Operations Manager at Ninkasi. So I've been at Ninkasi since day one, when we were working out of a very small warehouse, and have grown with the business. So I've seen processes from start to end and have helped build a lot of our equipment that we work with on a day-to-day basis. When you're chatting with our sales guys and you've got queries, they'll filter these answers through to me. And what I can then come back with is actually to say how we can help you and actually whether the things you're after are suitable for your business. A good example of that is a current project of the alcohol removal. A lot of customers are looking at this now, or they've been doing it with yeast-based products, and there may be other options of other ways of doing it, like membrane or distillation, and I can help lead people in the right direction as to what they should be doing.
Hi, my name's Theo. I'm the business manager here at Ninkasi, and I manage the day-to-day behind the scenes of the business, so administration, marketing, finance. I think Ninkasi is different because our aim is to work closely with our customers to provide a personal solution that's unique to them. We're not a bank, we're not a broker. If someone calls into the office, they'll get straight through to a person and not go round and round on an automated calling system. And ultimately, the result will be something that's unique to them and that really helps support their business.
We will try and provide the right solution for the customer. We will speak to customers and try and explain why certain things are good and certain things aren't great. We've talked to many customers about the equipment that they're trying to deal with. We honestly believe that we're collaborative. We're looking to try and support the growth of the industry. So if you ask me what's different between Ninkasi and another finance provider, the answer is care. We care about the industry that we're in. We want the industry that we're in to grow. And between us and our customers, that is the collaboration to allow future growth inside the industry.
The relationship that we have with each of our potential customers is key to the future of any business. What we need to do is to understand the customer's requirements, to make sure that we're identifying every area that could come into the conversation.
Renting is almost always going to be the quickest way of getting new equipment, new capacity into your business. If there is an opportunity, and as I mentioned before, if you can't do it, somebody else will be able to. Customers generally aren't likely to want to wait for the 4 months or so that it's going to take for new equipment to be manufactured. So if you can give your customer a solution now, that really helps improve your opportunity and chance of winning that business. The second big one why a customer would want to rent is flexibility. Once you've purchased a piece of equipment, That's a piece of equipment that you've got. Whether it works for you in 12 months or 24 months is irrelevant. You've agreed that's the piece of equipment that you're going to get, and that's the piece of equipment you've got. With rental, you could rent a 30 hectolitre tank because that's the piece of equipment that you think is going to work for you at that period in time. But if after 6 months, volumes double, you can move that 30 hectolitre out and put a 60 hectolitre in, immediately doubling your capacity ability, but without actually materially increasing your costs. So now you've got double the capacity, but there's still the same overhead. A lot of businesses see assets and purchasing of assets as a way of securing their balance sheet and a way of actually building their business, which is great, but it doesn't build growth. So you can't use assets purchased to actually grow the business. They're an asset, they're there to drive a value. What you can do to grow a business is you grow sales, you grow marketing, you put different tap rooms or different sales outlets into your business, whether that's through R&D or other opportunities. All of that takes capital, but you've tied that capital up by buying an asset. So you buy an asset that does you and creates your business capacity on day one. What it doesn't do is it doesn't give you any future growth. And then if you're looking at your business in terms of a sales prospect, if you're looking to sell your business, the balance sheet is the balance sheet. It's a depreciating number that moves. And any company that's going to come in and buy your business is not giving you a sales multiplier on your balance sheet. That is the factual number of what you have valued your assets at. And even some people will come in and revalue your balance sheet because they don't believe that your assets are actually the value that you've got on your balance sheet. Whereas a sales multiplier, so if you can show consistent sales growth over a period, consistent revenue growth, that you've gone into other markets, that you've got new opportunities, that's where buyers look at value. That's where they actually see an opportunity and go, okay, well, it's X amount now, in 5 years' time, it will be Y amount based on the trajectory. Therefore, the multiplier to the business is X. I understand the need and the want to feel secure by putting capital into assets. I fully get that. But actually, is it the best use of capital to grow a business? When so many large businesses, you look at how they manage assets, they rentalize assets because it's just a P&L cost. It's just a P&L cost. And as long as it's working and it's covering its own costs, then it's doing its job. Fairly simple, rent an asset in, cover its own costs, bang. Because the second that it's not doing its job, the second that it's not covering its cost, you can remove it. Move it, take it off the P&L, remove the asset, jobs are good. And you can't do that if you've invested capital in it. You can't do that if you have purchased these equipment and it's on your balance sheet. If you have to remove an asset at that point, there's a cost. I think one of the most interesting products that Ninkasi currently have on the market is CO2 recovery. We work with Dalum, which is a fantastic business coming out of Denmark, and they are a CO2 recovery specialist, especially for breweries. So we would support the installation of a Dalum CO2 recovery machine, which means that the CO2 coming off fermentation for brewers gets captured, stored as a liquid, and then is able to be reused back by the brewers in their supply chain for packaging, etc., and other stuff that they need it for. This helps them in two ways. One, obviously, it's cost. It always amazed me that brewers were manufacturing CO2, letting it vent out to atmosphere, and then having to buy the CO2 back in, which was absolutely crazy. But obviously the technology and it just wasn't available for most sort of small to medium-sized craft brewers. Now it is. And so now brewers can actually capture the CO2 that they're producing, store it on site, put it back into their supply chain. Not only are they obviously saving the cost, but actually they're cutting down their CO2 emissions, which is fantastic. They're able to show their green credentials, so when they can put it on their packaging, they can show lower CO2 than potentially their competitor down the road. But really importantly, they're controlling their own supply. It protects your business. So yes, okay, cost is really, really important, and I get that. But actually the protection of your supply of your business from any events that are outside of your control, that to me is an absolute no-brainer.
Ninkasi will finance all hard assets used across the drinks industry. One of the areas we're looking at the moment is dealcoholization of alcohol. And the equipment used within that is quite specific. We're fortunate to have a brewer in our team, and that's George. George is our ops manager. George's previous knowledge within the winery and brewing industry has allowed him to speak to manufacturers, and we're identifying the products that will allow us to be able to supply those to our customers using finance.
Sustainability at Ninkasi goes far beyond CO2. We have a rental arm of fermentation vessels, which means that we are part of the circular economy. We believe strongly that good equipment should be purchased from all customers, including ourselves, and that it should be used and reused as much as it can. We don't believe in this buy and dispose of culture. Buy cheap, buy twice. That's the old adage. Well, actually, we buy once, we reuse. It's about responsible growth. It's about less downtime and significantly lower environmental impacts across our entire business. But we try and work with the manufacturers and our customers to ensure that we get that balance right between cost and usability.
I think Ninkasi helps sustainability by providing businesses with sustainable growth. We allow customers to take advantage of opportunities as they arrive, be agile in the market, and access finance and equipment when they need it so that they can continue to grow sustainably.
Brewers, drinks producers, cocktail, cider, wine, all need occasional temporary capacity. Ninkasi fulfills that role by being able to do a plug-and-play solution. And that then allows the customer to have a known cost that they can factor into their bottom line. Our guys are there to offer technical support for the future via our online WhatsApp group.
I think people will be surprised to learn how many times we actually visit a customer just to do a survey and just to make sure that the equipment we're offering them works specifically for them, is what they're after in the instance that they're asking for it, and is something that is going to help their business grow. We would never finance or offer somebody something that wasn't useful to them, and just for the sake of trying to get something out of the door.
Hello, my name is JC Dickerson and I'm the sales manager at Ninkasi Rentals. Oh, what's next? We are looking to diversify into many different fields. So we are looking at dealcoholization as a prospective avenue to go down. We are looking at more CO2 capture as it's something that's needed in the industry.
Ninkasi is always looking for the next goal. We're always looking to achieve what we can help our customers with and the areas where we could develop a new market. And it is literally whatever's around the corner. We like to be involved in conversations very early on, just so that we can see whether we have a place and we can, more importantly, add value.
Pick up the phone, send us an email. We'll be more than happy to discuss any customer's project. We'll be more than happy to discuss anything that a customer feels is going to add value to their business. And we're more than happy to be consultative about that approach as well.